You may recognize.
She came right through it. I knew it. We're having too much fun.
We're having so much fun. Okay, you may
camera.
recognize our next guest from the blockbuster movie The Expendables, or from Bearing It All, and the sultry adult series Zane Sex Chronicles.
Now you see why she messed up on that one, right? Right. Who's hot in this set today?
Excuse me, I didn't mess up. I was just focused on other things.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
right.
Hello,
Focused.
guys.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Well, he's also quickly gaining a lot of attention as one of Hollywood's next rising stars. Amin Joseph, welcome to the show.
Amen.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Like that?
This is going to be a good one.
All right. We already got the party started.
Yes.
So you're currently starring in the film Homefront, and that was written by Sylvester Stallone.
yes.
Talk to us about your character.
Well, I play a DEA agent, senior DEA agent, and it's basically one of those films that if you're a 13-year-old, you like shoot 'em up, bang, bang, you know, kind of like a vigilante film. Jason Statham is the best at that, you know what I mean?
He's great. He's great
he's
in everything.
awesome. He's so specific with his gun work, and I mean, he's a tremendous athlete. I've worked with him twice. I worked with him also in The Expendables. So, yeah, I learned so much from him.
What'd you learn?
I mean, it's just the technical aspect to his acting. If you really look at him, he has like that staunch face, and you know, no matter what type of choreography he's doing, he's always on point. He's just a great study for an action star, which
So
I plan to be.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Yeah.
So what drew you to this role?
My agent and money.
Right. Well,
Those are two good things.
I like that honesty. Okay, so we'll ask you the next question then.
Yes.
What was it like to share the big screen with James Franco and Jason Statham?
Well, I did not get to work with Franco. I wish I would have. I only was able to work with Statham.
Because they film things at different days.
You know, sometimes you film the beginning of the film, at the end of the shooting schedule. It can go so many different ways, you know.
Well, did Sylvester Stallone stop by a lot?
Well, Sylvester, I really work with him mainly on The Expendables.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he wrote Homefront, but he wrote and directed The Expendables, and that's where I really was able, you know, I kind of had some tutelage by him. He was telling me.
Stallone is a legend. What was he like to work with?
I mean, amazing, amazing. He taught me a lot about the humanity of each character and you know, the way that he picks these big, you know, a lot of times you see these big muscly guys, but he's always, he really spoke upon that the eyes, that he can look into you know, an actor's eyes, an artist's eyes, and see humanity there. And no matter how big we are, we're telling a story, a personal story.
So he looked in your soul.
He looked into me. He saw the gift.
He saw past the muscles.
Right. Can Lola? No.
Lola didn't feel the muscles.
Yet.
She didn't.
Give her a moment.
Yet.
Give her a moment.
You
A woman in her love.
You two are terrible. I don't know what you speak of. Frank Darabont, you've worked with him how many times?
I've worked with him 3 times.
Okay.
Now.
What's he been like to work with?
Wow,
and why do you
he's
keep going
amazing.
back?
I don't know. I can't get rid of him.
You can't shake him.
I can't shake Frank. No, Frank, I met Frank originally on an episodic called The Shield.
Oh, yeah.
And he guest directed, and I was doing a small co-star spot, and he ended up calling my manager at the time, and he said, you know, look forward to working with Amin again. And I just thought that was just like common courtesy, even though it was great, you know. And he called me back for another production called The Mist, a Stephen King horror film.
Yes.
And then he called me a 3rd time for what was Los Angeles, formerly called Los Angeles, but Mob City that we know of.
So
that's
you're like
premiering.
his Leo, and he's your Martin Scorsese.
I wish. I don't know if I'm quite that yet.
But you're on your way.
Yeah, I'm definitely fortunate to work with, you know, he's the director of Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile. These are classics. And anytime you're with someone that really is so on top of their game and respects the art, you learn. So I learned so much. As you notice, I've been fortunate enough to work with people that I'm constantly able to learn from. You know?
You were about to say that Mob City premieres when?
Mob City is December 4th, 2013.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Right around the
Look forward
corner.
to that.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to Lola's favorite topic.
Excuse me.
Okay, one important topic of your career. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Tell me what you got to say,
Zane,
Lola.
we got to talk to you about
what you got to
Zane.
talk about?
I'm just here. I'm just enjoying the view. It's a lovely set,
Oh, gosh.
surrounded by loveliness.
Now, you starred in 2 of Zane's series. Tell us about those. And Zane, you know, these are sex chronicles that she's talking about here. What were these provocative scenes like, and why did you sign on for that role?
Everyone to know. Okay, we want to know. We just get to the business, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, working with Zane, first of all, Zane is like a godsend for me. I've worked with her twice. Was a series regular on Sex Chronicles, and she decided to do another show. And The Jump Off is that show. Zane's The Jump Off. It aired March of 2013, and we had a full season, 13 episodes. And I mean, I really enjoyed it. I was able to, you know, be a leading man with a lot of sensitivity and a lot of sexuality, and kind of show men from a different perspective than we usually see them. It wasn't just about the sexuality, but it was about the men kind of coming of age, you know. They were kind of like man-child, I would say, like a man-child. And these men had to, you know, assume some responsibility and also show some pecs and all that good stuff that ladies and, you know, like.
Zane is known for some very steamy books. I mean, she makes 50 Shades of Grey look like nothing.
Well,
thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Zane is the, I mean, Zane.
She's the original.
Yes, there's no even need to even mention that other title. Zane is the queen of erotica.
Erotic literature.
Yeah.
So were you ever worried that appearing in these sorts of films would in any way hinder your career, though?
Hinder?
Like you might be typecast as just the sexy guy.
I
Not that that's a bad thing, of course.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'll take that. But you know what? I think I never looked at it that way. I was, you know, I've been told, you know, oh, you sure you want to do that kind of gray material, you know, or blue credit, as they would say. But I think that I can't limit myself. And first of all, we don't really get to see people of color in sensual situations on television. And I look at, you know, it more with an international view, where we kind of, in America, we sensationalize, you know, violence. But love is an international language. And for me to be able to make love to a woman on screen, I think that's a beautiful thing, rather than something that I would be fearful of my career. I'm going to work regardless, so, you know.
So when you're filming these scenes, is there anything that's off limits for you, like full frontals, or
No.
it's like, okay, we can't do that. My mom was watching.
No.
And what does your mom say about
Oh,
you being
mom
in
is
all
not
these?
going to watch certain things.
Okay.
And that's the whole thing. You know, not all material, not all programming is for everyone. We already know that. So, you know, if my aunt, you know, if my great aunt changed my diaper, she might not want to see what's in my package now. So, you know, that just goes to, you know, that goes without saying.
So does that mean nothing's off limits on the show?
Well, no, on the show there's nothing full frontal.
Okay.
And I'm very careful about, you know, Lola is cracking. I'm very.
See, we're all big kids on this show, right?
There's no. To me, it's really about respecting my co-star. Whoever I'm in the scene with. That's the real thing. And everyone has boundaries. Everyone has things that they're comfortable with. All of us have body conscious issues, or, you know, we have different degrees of being comfortable in situations. And as long as I have a trust with that, with my co-star, with my partner, just like in real life, you know, that's what's important. To me, that's the truth of the matter. And then what we are able to do, you know, on film, on camera, is, I think, in part more to what the filmmakers are able to, you know, the light that they paint us in.
Now, which do you prefer, the small screen or the big screen?
You know what? It's all the same thing. It's really the stage at the end of the day. You know, that's what I really love. I love character exploration. I love doing theater pieces because that's where I'm from. You know, I'm a theater actor at heart. So.
And is it true that you worked at the Apollo for many years?
Yeah,
Tell
I grew
us that
up
story.
At the Apollo. I'm
So
from
really?
Harlem.
You're
Shout
from
out to
Harlem. You're from Harlem.
Harlem,
Okay.
New York. I'm so happy that you guys brought me in today because I'm from Harlem and I get a chance to be home for the holidays and
So
go
what
by
was
the
life
Apollo
like
Theater.
at the Apollo, and what do you remember most about being there?
I remember everything from, you know, the maitre d'. I've done everything from intern there to, you know, to bartend, to usher, to work backstage and running and patching lights. And, you know, there's a program in New York called Summer Youth. And one summer I went to Rice High School in Harlem. And one summer the job that I got was at the Apollo Theater. So I was able to I was already into like a drama club at my high school and things of that nature, but the Apollo gave me, you know, it's like the epicenter of art to me, entertainment to me, black cultural entertainment in the world internationally. And I got, you know, that's who I am, you know.
So did you always want to be in the arts and in acting, and when did you get bit by the bug?
I think the first check that I saw.
That sealed the deal for you, right?
Yeah, the first check, yeah, it changed my life. No, I'm kidding. I've been chasing that check ever since. But no, I think, you know, I've always, like I said, I always came up in, you know, the National Black Theater of Harlem. I've always been around the art. And professionally, I think after college, I said, you know, that this is something I definitely can do. I went to college at Howard University for theater arts, and I realized that
Did you graduate?
Yeah.
So you got a degree?
Yeah.
Why was it important for you to do that?
My parents.
Okay. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't.
You better.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't. But you know, that's the story of how the Apollo Theater to me is very monumental in my growth as a man, and also as an artist. I would like to go back there and bring the things that I'm producing there and
you're
and share
actually
with the world.
producing now, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us. It's called Call Me King.
Call Me King.
Okay.
Yes.
What's it
Call
like
Me
to go
King.
behind the camera?
What's
What's it like to go behind the camera?
What is it like to be? It's a totally different experience, and it makes you really appreciate each component, each resource that you have that makes, you know, it really takes a community of artists and business-minded folk to make a project. And it's so easy to make a bad project that when you make something good that you can stand by, it's really a testament to the people, each person, each fraction that you have working together. You know?
What is Call Me King about?
Call Me King is about a family from Haiti, an ousted coup. And they're with the former government, and they're forced into exile, and they come to the United States. And the father has his two sons, and he becomes estranged from them. He goes about his political killings in the world. And these sons come up under syndicates here in the U.S., and they're selling munitions internationally. They speak 7 different languages. They're selling guns and AK-47s to other Russians, Germans, and North Koreans, and Arabs. And at the end of the story, we see that it's really a story of these sons getting back at their father. It's really a triangle of a family beef, you know. And it's called Call Me King because these sons are trying to come into their own power, and their father kind of thwarts that.
Okay. All right, now before you go, I have to ask this question for Lola's sister.
Yeah.
Not Lola, because Lola's happily married, but you have a special lady in your life. You single and ready to mingle?
I'm single. I'm single in the city, back home in Harlem, and I'm definitely single. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think Lola has a few friends she can introduce you to.
In fact, I think a few of them actually work here.
Yes.
Hook it up, Lola.
They've been talking about you the whole show, so we got you covered. Don't worry.
Hook it up, Lola.
So what's next for you? What can we see you in next?
Next, you can see me in a comedy. We didn't speak about any comedies. I have a comedy coming out January 31st called Best Night Ever. And also another spoof comedy called Super Fast.
Okay.
That's coming out next year. I just finished filming.
I see you're a busy man.
I'm trying to stay busy.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be looking out for you.
Yeah, and happy holidays.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks
Happy
for coming
holidays.
in.
Thanks for having me.
You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.